How's it going, you guys? It's me, Jeremy, back with episode 16 in my Runescape Classic Ironman series. In this episode, we're going to go hard and heavy on the melee grinding because we'll inevitably need to get a ton of levels to be able to solo KBD. Because I don't foresee myself getting 55 Herblore for Super Strengths anytime soon, so we're just going to need raw levels. I'm probably going to try it at 65 in attack, strength, defense, maybe 70. So that KBD will be coming up in the next handful of episodes, definitely. Campfire Giants, I used up all of my prayer pots. I know I started doing it, I believe, last episode, and I finished it early this episode. Didn't really get anything too impressive, just got a bunch of mithril squares. I only really got one strength level, and I think maybe an HP level here. So overall, nothing too interesting happened at Fire Giants. I didn't get that D med drop or D left half drop, which I didn't really expect it at all. I don't expect that for a long time. So out of 35 prayer potions, I really didn't get a whole lot. I got one rare drop, which is this Rune Simi right here. Rune Simi on here, if you didn't know, guys, for those of you who aren't too familiar with Classic, it gives 44 weapon power and 44 weapon aim. There is no weapon speeds on here, so it's basically the reason it's popular in old school is because the weapon speed it has over other weapons. On here, there's no weapon speed, and it is weaker than even a rune longsword and harder to get because the only way to get it is to fight these guys for it, which you won't really be doing if you're around 40 attack. The stats to wield the Rune Simi, you won't be fighting these more than likely. So there's 56 strength, 66 combat still. Yeah, I'd say that's the highlight of what happened. And here's all the loot from it. I think there may have been a couple other stacks of fire runes. I was kind of AFKing, so I may have lost a few stacks of fire runes and all that. But 4 mithril square shields, a strength pot, rune skim, I think maybe 2 renars. And not really anything too impressive. So all in all, if I alch the rune skim and the mithril squares and all that, I would have made over 20k. So not too terrible, not too great. I used 35 prayer pots, just a reminder. So I probably should have waited till I was a little bit higher combat stats and just, tanked them in like full rune armor maybe. Maybe that would be better, or just use the prayer pots and use paralyzed monster, but be higher combat stats so I kill them quicker and it's more worth it. So yeah. So I was kind of scratching my head after Fire Giants, kind of wondering which direction I would take this episode in. I think I found something very fucking awesome for you guys to see. Just kind of stay tuned for it. For now, I'm just going to grind the hell out of my melee stats, get us closer to the promised land. There's 53 defense. So we've gained 3. The first clip we were 50 defense, and then we got 56 strength very shortly after. So at this point, we've gained 5 whole defense levels and 2 whole strength levels just in this spot alone. It's a very good spot because they constantly hold aggro, and they're right near each other, so you're almost 100% of the time always in combat. If you saw that, they're just very aggressive. And you get these rune drops, which are very nice because on Classic, the spells do... they give you more XP. In old school, runes became, with rune crafting and everything else, runes became easier to come by, so they kind of nerfed the XP rates a little bit between Classic and old school. But on Classic, the XP rates per rune are just ridiculous. There's 59 strength. We are now at 69 combat. Don't fucking laugh about that in the comments, you immature little bastards. It's not funny anymore. Okay? Alright, so after we got done grinding, I don't know why I stopped at 59 strength, we'll go back and get 60 later. There's 57 magic. I'm just doing it on this guy it's because it's easy. There's 58. But yeah, I just basically mage the lesser demon and the little wizards out here when it dies while I'm waiting for respawn, so I'm always gaining magic XP. Let's see here, yeah, look at all my runes I have to go through. So that should get us to about 60. All right, so this was kind of tricky, a little bit different, because when you use high alchemy on here, you might be like, oh, Jeremy, why aren't you using a stack of stuff? Like, why didn't you get a stack of arrows or something? Well, because when you use the high alch one time on a stack of like 1,000 arrows, it just alchs all of them, and you get the XP for casting it one time. It's just stupid. So The easiest way I've found, without being too big of a pain in the ass, is go to the general store, fill up your inventory, and just get to alching. If you buy the sleeping bags and stuff like that, you might lose a few thousand coins. I did this for a few levels. Keep in mind, I only lost like 2k GP off of just buying the shit from the shop and alching. And the reason I bought the sleeping bags is because they're in like a stack of 10, so they fill up the ND real quick. And the shop stocks also respawn very nicely. So I ran out of nature runes, and I was like, I had mind runes on me, so I was like, I'm only a little bit away. There we go, 60 magic. That looks so fucking cool. So now we can go fight Collodion at Mage Arena and get our god cape and cool ass staff, which I'm pretty damn stoked for. So when I very first encountered Collodion, I wore absolutely no armor. It was more of a kind of a test run to see how his mechanics worked. Kind of half serious, but not really. I just wanted to see how ridiculous the fight was itself. It didn't really bring a whole lot. It brought mind runes. And the cool thing about this, though, that I didn't know at the point of this clip is, like, let's say you fight him and you run out of runes or something, and if you ever fought Collodion, he has like 5 forms. Let's say you got through the first 2 forms and ran out of runes. Well, the next time you come back, it'll still be on that 3rd form. So it's great. I love how they did that. But yeah, you can't take any weapons or armor. You can take mage armor, and you can take like the elemental staffs. Later on, I tried to take like an Iban staff in there, and it absolutely would not let me in because I didn't know that the Iban staff has like the melee stats of a rune long. So yeah, you can't take that in there. You can't use Iban blast. I used after this little test run, I used what did I use? Fire blast? No, not blast. It was a fire bolt, the chaos rune one. But yeah, his first form's a pushover. He sits there and talks his shit. Now, if any of you guys ever fight this guy in the future, if Classic is still around, what I recommend doing, because it's kind of glitchy, is just to initiate combat with Paralyzed Monster and get on him. It'll also keep you from getting hit by those damn lightning spells and random god spells. I think the little turds around me are just casting those, like the Guthix guy and the Sarah guy. They just don't get into combat with you because it's a mage spell. Yeah, see, I'm getting attacked. So it was kind of a test run. Knew I couldn't really do it with mind runes. Just wanted to see. So if you guys ever do it, paralyze monster and actually get into combat with them, and at the same time cast spells on them because they won't be moving around. So after I found out I need better runes, at least like Chaos and Death, I went and tried to camp Chaos Dwarfs. Because they drop 7 Chaos runes at a time, and they also have a chance at the Muddy Key. The Muddy Key unlocks a chest in the Lava Maze that can give you 2 Death runes and 10 Chaos runes per key. And the key itself is an uncommon drop off of these guys. So that would have been very cool had I gotten, a bunch of keys. It didn't really turn out that way, and, there's shadow spiders in here. You can kill them in other places of the wilderness, but their respawn time is just so terrible. And also, there's a freaking bot that came down here. He's got like a dragon square and a dragon battle axe. Level 121. Alright, so I left there. I was trying to find other like chaos dwarfs, see if there was a better spot. And got 60 strength on a random hobgoblin. So now we are 70 combat, guys. We were 66 in the first clip. 70 fucking combat on Classic. I think that's fairly impressive. What do you guys think about that? I don't think it's too bad. So I figured I had some other shit to do. So I went back to these guys and just AFK'd a bit longer. It might be boring, but it's a reliable way to get these runes, like the Chaos runes. They don't drop Death runes, but I figured that would be okay because I can just pick up like where I left off. So we got 56 defense, and just now we got 58 hits as well. So, I mean, already we're getting fairly close to 71 combat already. Alright, so this is the serious run. And as you can see, it lets me pick back up. I use Paralyzed Monster. And I'm just going to beat the holy hell out of this thing. Sorry guys, I had to interrupt the badass music, but this fucker goes from a level 64 spider to a level 46 deformed freaking mummy looking thing. Why would you downgrade? And then he goes back up to a level 98 demon. It's just one of the things in Classic that don't really make too much sense. Because he goes from a level 13 to a 58 to a 64, and then that makes sense. It gets more difficult, right? But then it goes to a 46 and then a 98. Like, it makes very little sense. So I was actually halfway smart about it. I used up shitty mind runes on killing the level 46. That way I could save my chaos runes for this guy. Actually almost ran out of air runes on this. Literally, I threw my last spell, and I had 3 air runes left, and it cost 3 air runes to do a firebolt. And I was using the fire staff to save fire runes. So I'm glad that it actually hit, because I would have been pissed. Alright, so we completed it. We defeated Clodion. We're going to go claim our staff and cape. I really wanted to choose the Sarah one, but it's not really practical. The Saradomin one, if you guys don't know, drains like a opponent's prayer. Now, monsters, of course, don't have prayer points on here, so its only use is PKing botters or PKing other people. Good luck with that. So I went with the Guthix one. Doesn't look as cool, but it lowers defense, so I would get more use out of that. And the cape looks cooler on here. So what we're doing now, you might be like, oh, he's turning in Black Knight's Fortress. Why? Why is he doing that? Well, we're getting the quest point requirement for Legends, actually. So you'll see me wrap up a bunch of stupid quests. I'm not going to bore you with showing you, clips from all the quests. I'm just going to show me turning various ones in. So, of course, the first one was Black Knight Fortress. Now we're going to give Voldemort these clock pieces. Let's see here. We just finished it and it's still red. Let's try logging out and then going back in. Alright, so it's green now. That was a weird little glitch that it did there. So we'll go and do the next one real quick. Alright guys, so this is what a Dwarf Cannon looks like if you set one down as a player. This is unfortunately not my Dwarf Cannon. It's just one that's like a ambient object, You repair it during the Dwarf Cannon quest. I wish it was mine. 750k is a shit ton of money. But this is what they look like on Classic. They look pretty cool, in my opinion. The only thing that sucks is on Old School and RS3, 1 steel bar equals 4 cannonballs. Most people know that, right, guys? But on here, it's 1 for 1. So 1 steel bar is 1 cannonball. It sucks really bad. So guys, I think I gave you a little bit of false information last episode, or at least in the comments. I forget if I said it in the video or in the comment section, but I said you have to do every other quest besides Legends in order to start it. That's not the case. I think I can skip over Temple of Ikov because that one requires me to get 10 more range levels and 65 fletching, which I don't want to fucking do. I think I can hit 107 quest points. Actually, I know for a fact I can hit 107 quest points without doing it. Now, will I do it in the future after Legends and probably after KBD because I hate fletching on this game? More than likely, yes. 100% on the quest just to have, completion, So, I don't know why I waited so long to do Ernest the Chicken. Probably because the reward sucks butt. And here is the Prince of Al-Kharid, or what is it called? Prince Ali Rescue or some shit. So next we have to do bar crawl. I'll just show you a clip of me turning it in. All it is you just run to all the different pubs in RuneScape and try their strongest drink. Doing this is big because it gives us access to the Barbarian Agility course once we hit 35 agility, which I'm pretty excited about. Well, not really excited to train it, but just excited I won't have to train at Gnome, like the Gnome Village one, because it sucks. And we only really have to get from 35 to 50 agility for Legends, so yeah, there's the last Scorpion I needed as well, so we can go turn in the quest and get one step closer to Legends. There's just a bunch of other stats we have to get. The biggest roadblock is a Rune Axe. I don't know why you need a Rune Axe for Legends. You can clarify for me in the comments below as to exactly why, but that's going to be a big roadblock because you either have to have 86 smithing or get it from Fire Giants, Black Demons, or Black Dragons. Fire Giants, Black Demons, No, not Black Demons, I don't think. I think it's just Black Dragons, Fire Giants, and KBD. So not many options to get it as a drop, and it is rare. So the reason I'm showing you this quest is because it freaking sucks butthole on Classic, guys. Like, it's not the worst, but there's just one little thing that annoys me about it. Like, you hit it and it goes just a predetermined location. You don't have to aim it in a direction, but that's not what annoys me. The pathing on here annoys me. Look at that. Like, if that little groove hadn't have been there in the island or in the river, that fucker would have walked all the way back to his original spawn point. And see the pathing? Like, you go, yeah, even though I used the cattle prod on the sheep, it just walked me in a weird direction to where it originally was. And yeah, you just have to kind of watch its yellow dot on the map. It's very, very finicky and very just kind of annoying. Like when you miss, not so much on this sheep. This is the last sheep you do, or the last sheep I did in this case. The other ones, there's like one other one that's fucking irritating because it'll just keep walking back to its spawn. And there's like a bunch of NPCs that can just block your way and stuff. It's just kind of irritating. Let's get it, I think, like 3 more times and we'll have it. Hopefully we don't miss. Dude, no, dude. What? Goes around the tree, dude. Alright, we can't screw it up again. It's annoying, dude. There you go. It's still not in there, dude. It goes past the pin. Clips through the fence. I don't even care, dude. Like, as long as it's in there. Alright, guys. I'm going to kind of slow this clip down so I can talk with you guys. So the only quests we have left are, of course, Legends. We have the Temple of Ikov, which I cannot do or won't do because it requires 65 fletching and 40 range. But I think we can get away with just doing Sea Slug and hit that quest point requirement. Sea Slug, I'm not going to do this episode because it requires 30 fire making, and I had been grinding for hours on end. And it's Thursday, which is the usual day I upload for you guys. So it'll be posted. Yeah, I got to keep it posted on Thursday. Got to stay consistent. But anyways, guys, the next episode may be released Friday because I have a lot of grinding to do. Thank you guys for all the support. I appreciate it if you've watched up to this point. Leave a comment. Leave a like. You guys know what to do. And I will see you guys next week with another classic episode. Also, I'll be posting my RS3 Ironman because that's what won the votes. I'll be posting episode 1 probably tomorrow. I got a shit ton of progress in that. I'll just tell you that right now. It's a lot different. But yeah, guys. Bye.